In Marlowe's Dr. Faustus, what books does Waldes counsel Faustus to study in preparation for conjuring up spirits? Option A. The works of Bacon and Abanus. Option B. The Hebrew Plaster and New Testament. Option C. The works of Ovid and Homer. Option D. The works of Baxter and Horace. The right combination according to the code is option A and B, option B, B and C, option C, A and D, option D, A and C. So what is the answer? Option number A is the answer, A and B. Its detail. Christopher Marlowe was a poet and playwright at the forefront of the 16th century dramatic Renaissance. His works influenced William Shakespeare and generations of writers to follow. The protagonist, Faustus, is a brilliant 16th century scholar from Wittenberg, Germany, whose ambition for knowledge, wealth, and worldly might makes him willing to pay the ultimate price, his soul to Lucifer, in exchange for supernatural powers. Faustus thrills at the thoughts of the strange wonders he will perform with his sorcery. Waldes is delighted and thinks that Faustus' brilliance combined with their experience will make them all lords of the earth and the elements of nature itself. Cornelius tells him that his learning is sound foundation for necromancy, and with magic they will be able to find hidden treasure in the seas and the earth. Waldes suggests some books like works of Bacon and Abanus. Cornelius suggests method, and Faustus invite them to dine with him. Match the following concepts with their definitions. Concepts: A. Collocation, B. Corpus, C. Hyponymy. Option D. Matrix. Definitions: 1. A semantic relationship of one to many. 2. Agreed used in lexical analysis. 3. A combination of two lexical items in a grammatical pattern. 4. A large body of text. So what is the answer? Option number D is the answer. 3, 4, 1, 2. A3. Collocation is an arrangement of juxtaposition of words or other elements, especially those that commonly co-occur as rancid butter, bosom body, or dead serious. B4. In linguistics, a corpus or text. Corpus is a large and structured set of text. In corpus linguistics, they are used to statistical analysis and hypothesis testing, checking occurrences, or validating linguistic rules within a specific language territory. C1. In linguistics, a hyponymy is a word or phrase whose semantic build is included within that of another word. Its hypernym or hypernym in similar terms. A hyponym is in a type of relationship with its hypernym. It's a semantic relationship of one to many. D2. A matrix is a grid used to store or display data in a structured format. It is often used synonymously with the table, which contains horizontal rows and vertical columns. Who among the following exemplified the role of the peasant poet? Option A. John Clare. Option B. John Keats. Option C. William Cobbett. Option D. Robert Burns. The right combination according to the quote is option A and B, option B, C and D, option C, B and C, option D, A and D. So what is the answer? Option number D is the answer, A and D. Its detail: Robert Burns, 1759 to 21 July, also known as Robbie Burns, the bard of Ayrshire, the ploughman poet, and various other names and epithets, was a Scottish poet and lyricist. He is widely regarded as the national poet of Scotland and is celebrated worldwide. He is the best known of the poets who have written in the Scots language. He also wrote in Standard English, and in these writings his political or civil commentary is often at its bluntest. Between 1784 and 1785, Burns wrote many of the poems collected in his first book, poems chiefly in the Scottish dialect, which was printed in 1786 and paid for by subscriptions. This collection was an immediate success, and Burns was celebrated throughout England and Scotland as a great peasant poet. The good thing about words, 𝗚𝗡𝗃 remarks in loose tongues, is that their final effect is incalculable. You can never know what your words might turn out to mean for yourself or for someone else, or what the world they make will be like. Anything could happen. The problem with silence is that we know exactly what it will be like. 𝗘𝗏 in some suggests option A, there is always some risk involved in writing and speaking. Option B, it is better to avoid using words than to risk miscommunication. Option C, words being predictable are always open to misinterpretations. Option G, the unpredictable indeed is the strength of words. Determine the correct combination according to the quote. Option A and C. Option B and G. Option C, B and C. Option D, A and D. So what is the answer? Option number D is the answer. Its detail: 𝗚𝗡𝗃 is a British playwright, screenwriter, filmmaker, and novelist of Pakistani and English descent. In 2008, The Times included 𝗚𝗃 in their list of the 50 greatest British writers since 1945. 𝗚𝗃 is one of the most important and popular writers born in Britain of New Commonwealth origins. Loose Tongue and Liberty is an essay by 𝗚𝗡𝗃 in which he mentions that as the only animals with the power of speech, we should revel in our ability to challenge the forces that try to silence us. Whatever the consequences, it is an article on free speech and dissidence. From these lines, he means that writing, speaking involves some risk. The virtue and risk of real multiculturalism is that we could find that our values are ultimately irreconcilable with those of others. From that point of view, everything gets worse. There is more internal and social noise and confusion, and more questions about how things get decided and by whom. He believes that unpredictable is the strength of words. Which interpretation of Keats' beauty is truth, truth is beauty, best represent the mimetic perspective? Option A. The line is an ironic quotation. The equation of beauty and truth, as all we know, one earth, suggests that reality is an illusory concept and that the primary function of art is to construct a world within an aesthetic reality of its own. Option B. Those aspects of reality which we perceive to be beautiful are the only worthy subject matter of the artist, and it is the artist's job to observe closely and isolate those sublime elements from the flux of mundane. Option C. The author's arbitrary imposition of order upon the chaotic impressions of reality constitutes the only truth in a work of art. Option D. A work of literature is beautiful insofar as it offers an accurate representation of its subject matter with fully realized characters and vivid descriptions of events. So, what is the answer? Option number D is the answer. A work of literature is beautiful insofar as it offers an accurate representation of its subject matter with fully realized characters and vivid description of events. Its detail. Ode and Creation Urn is a poem written by the English Romantic poet John Keats in May 1819, divided into 5 stanzas of 10 lines. Each the ode contains a narrator's discourse on a series of designs on a Grecian urn. The final lines of the poem declares that beauty is truth, truth is beauty. That is all ye know on earth, and all ye need to know. What is not true or good can never really be beautiful, though it may have superficial attraction. Human life is as important as those which arise from the spoken or the written word. Truth and falsehood are qualities that belong to the work of our hands, as well as the words of our lips, and are often more eloquent to the eye than the word can be to ears. They are expressed by our whole personalities, by our characters, by our conduct, by our general talk and conversation in the world. Great truth like literature is often communicated by works of art. Truth is, in other words, a value not residing inertly in the lives that manifest it or the words that speak it, but operating valuably. The force of this contention highly extends its dimensions. When we identify truth with beauty, as Keats so empathetically does in the ending lines of his ode.